We're now going to look at a particular style called Travis picking. If you've done much research into fingerpicking, you probably would have seen this title appear somewhere. And when you hear it played, you'll probably recognize it from music you've heard over the years. So generally, this is a style that focuses the thumb around the bass notes, a bit like we worked on earlier, and it tends to alternate between the two bassiest, the two lowest notes that exist within a certain chord. So for example, if we was to take the G major chord again, and then we play the lowest E and the A string, alternating between the two, we'd get something like this. You could play the E and the D instead. But for this exercise, we're going to play the E and the A. So just try that with me when you're ready. We're then going to introduce the index finger onto the G string. We're then going to put the second finger onto the B string. You notice how the bass notes are giving this a steady rhythm, keeping everything flowing, and then the first and the second finger just appear in between those bass notes. Once you've played that G, we can move down to the C add 9, which basically just brings our first and second finger both down one string. So instead of the A and the E, they're now on the D and the A. And we're going to keep that same pattern moving along. Thumb on the A this time, first on the G, then thumb on the D, and then second on the B. So we get a thumb, 1, thumb, 2, or A, G, D, B. And now we're going to try and combine those two chords together. We play that pattern twice on each chord. So a quick demonstration, we'll get something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how those bass notes are giving you a nice steady rhythm, a constant flow to the pattern that we can then build upon. So let's do that together. After count of 4, we're going to play that pattern twice on each chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And change. And back. So what we've been doing there is playing the bass notes on the 1 and the 3. So we get like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've been playing the first and the second finger on the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now going to put an and in there. So we'd get 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 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 that and is the second finger on the B string. So we get thumb, 1, 2, thumb, G, B, thumb, G, B. It's the same for the G major and the C add 9. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and... I'm going to play that a little bit slower. Notice I threw in a higher note there. I played the E on the last one instead of the B. There's nothing to say you have to stick to the B. Start to think how you could change this pattern up, alternating between those bass notes, keeping that steady flow, but throwing in those little and, those extra beats that exist in between. like you have to stick with that order as well of playing thumb 1, 2. Why not change that so it's thumb 2, 1? And when we were talking about the counting, we were saying it's like a 1, 2, and 3, 4, and if you're playing that a bit faster, you can also think of that as 1 and a 2 and a, so it'd be like, which would be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, which sounds really nice as you get it faster and faster. Just see where you can take that, have a good old experiment. A good thing to pick up on here as well is dynamics. We don't want every note we play to be exactly the same volume, exactly the same level of hit. We want to add a bit more variety to our playing, so there's a light and shade, it goes up and down, it sings a bit more. If we had everything just as... it doesn't sound as nice. We want to add a little bit more interest to what we're doing. So try and be aware of that when you're playing pieces of music. And again, we've learned a couple of different things now that you could start thinking about how you would implement into your own piece of music. Let's look at how we could use Travis picking alongside a bigger chord progression. So we've already got the G major to the C add 9. I'm going to do a little rundown to the A minor, and then I'm going to end on an E minor, and then I'll be back to the G major. Let's just have a quick little look at that. I also changed up the order of the thumb there, so it wasn't always just playing E and A. It also threw in the D sometimes when I was in the G major. Just keep doing what you're doing, working through each of these things step by step, starting nice and slow. Don't run before you can walk. Take it easy. It really is the best thing you can do. Implement all these correct techniques and exercises by starting very slowly, gradually build, and you're really going to notice the benefit as you develop along your musical journey.
Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please think about giving us a little like and a subscribe. And if you want to go further, remember you can hit those links in the description and you'll get access to the full courses. I hope you're feeling confident and creative, and I'll hopefully see you in one of the larger courses one day. Or for now, just have a little scout around on the YouTube channel and see what else you can find. Take care.